Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. I'll just sit here and take my time or wait for y'all to get in the building. Shout outs to everybody who supported. Shout outs to all the subscribers. Shout outs to those who tuned into the live this morning. Y'all already know what the vibes is. It's the late night sessions, man. I'll be speaking from the soul when I do these type of lives. I, I just really want y'all to also hit the like button and the subscribe button. Y'all come in here. I'm gonna speak from the soul though. I'm gonna be honest with you, fellas. I need to talk to y'all about some things. I'm gonna have to address some of y'all first. Um, some of y'all are doing the utmost when it comes to social media, and I think I know what the problem is. The problem is you really don't have nothing going on in your lives in the outside world. So you come here and you could be any and everybody. I'm just going to speak straight facts. You know, some of y'all got to get out of that. At the end of the day, entertainment is entertainment. Social media will always be social media. But when you do and say certain things that has grave consequences, can't take that back, brother. Can't take that back at all. And I think at some point, you just gotta strategize what's your next moves. Because once you cross certain lines and certain boundaries, ain't no coming back from that. You might have some people that'll let it slide, but other people are not going to be that inclined to do so. Especially when you're telling people suck your dick, especially when you're talking about dead relatives and everything else of the sort that you know you shouldn't be doing. Because you know 9 out of 10 if you just said it in real life to somebody who's really about that wouldn't be on here at all. I think some of y'all really also need to evaluate your actual life. Cause I don't know what to tell you, but shit spooky out here. And it's only spooky because you continuously do stupid shit that puts yourselves in these positions where you either locked up or dead or possibly fucked up for life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You really need to just quit with that bullshit. There's more to life than just trolling. There's more than life than just causing beef, conflict, and there's also a time and a place for doing certain shit. Everybody should know this by now. It's a time and a place for everything. But if you think you're gonna constantly come on here every day and do the same shit, and at some point somebody is not gonna humble your ass, it's only a matter of time. Another thing I want to speak about, man. Uh, I wish some of y'all stop doing the dumb shit as far as like harming your community, basically. And y'all brothers know what I'm talking about when it comes to harming the community, man. There are many different ways that some of y'all harm the community. It's time for that to change. You know, you're harming your community when you're not standing up for those who need to, who need it. When you're not being a sole voice and a sole fighter for a voice that barely could be heard, that right there is plaguing the community, and that right there is also stunting our growth. Some of y'all fellas are gonna have to start really sitting down with these youngins and trying to really get through to them. You know, it's only right. If you know you can make a change, even if it's just by one person, hey, that's better than nothing. If you know you can stop certain things from happening, then by all means, stand up and do what's right. If I see a sister getting raped or possibly could get raped, am I supposed to let her get raped? No. I'm supposed to intervene at the end of the day because no man should be harming a woman like that at all. Period. There's no nothing to say about that. You know, there's certain things that you know you're supposed to intervene in as a man. Period. I don't care how you feel about it. It's just how it's always been. Certain things you're not supposed to let the women go through, and it's the same thing with the kids. You're supposed to ride or die for your family and for your friends and whoever. If you ain't doing that, what kind of a man are you? And what kind of standards are you going to set if you do have kids? Because at the end of the day, we are proud warriors and we also proud kings. So you know we got to keep teaching the future generations, man. Some of y'all are still plaguing the community by doing certain negative acts and then involving people in those negative acts. And that's another thing that has to stop. How can you expect people to grow and even prosper in life if teaching them the wrong things? At some point, y'all gotta have a moral standpoint and a moral compass to say, you know what, enough is enough. If I can make a change doing this, then I can make a change doing anything. Now I'm gonna speak to the brothers who are always feeling like life is really not about shit, and I'm going to teach y'all something about preserving your life. Life is not perfect. Life is like a game. You're going to sit here and you're going to go through phases in the game. You know, you're going to have easy levels and then you're going to have hard levels. Once you start getting to the hard levels, that's when you're supposed to motivate even more. You're supposed to grind even harder. Um, you're never too old to succeed in life or do whatever you're trying to do in life, whether it's music, sports, whatever. You're never too old. You're only as old as you feel. And if you ain't got no motivation, no type of drive, no type of anything, then there's nothing left to say. You know, you just officially dropped the ball and quit. You're never supposed to quit. You're supposed to ride out and do whatever until that casket drops. Some of y'all keep talking about the struggles. You don't know the struggles. Nah, you only struggle as long as you allow yourself to struggle. And that's the truth. A lot of times people say, oh, you ain't holding me back, or these people holding me back. No, a lot of times you might be holding yourself back. Like I said, life is a struggle, but it's only a struggle if you choose to let it be a struggle. You know, you got to always elevate. You always got to make sure you're in tune with everything that's going on, not just within your family, but within the surroundings that you're in. Hey, what's good, Mo? Blessings, Queen. Glad you popped in the chat. Yeah, just a little late night live. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, but I just felt like I needed to speak to the people again. Like I said, my brothers, some of y'all don't necessarily have to quit on life. You know, if that's the case, I think all of us would be in a fucked up position. At some point, you gotta always remember to elevate not just your mind, but just elevate whatever it is you're doing in life. You know, you always gotta push yourself to the next level. You know, sometimes you're gonna hit hurdles, you're gonna hit little speed bumps in the road and all of that shit. But if you set pace and if you know where you going and your destination, ain't no way you can't fucking get, nigga. Sometimes it's even best to just live inside your head and always stay a step ahead. There's no limits, no boundaries to living inside your head sometimes. It might not make sense to some of y'all, but for some people, they know what I'm talking about. You know, I want to see my brothers prosper and I want to see my brothers grow. I just want us to get out of some of the ignorant shit that we're doing. And I can even say me, I can take accountability because sometimes I do some dumb nigga shit. But hey, you know, I'm a man about mine. You know, I feel like we could definitely be at the top of the mountain and on top of the food chain if we just do things right. You know, and don't think just because you always going through some sort of struggle that that's the end of the world. No, it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna be honest with you. The man upstairs puts a lot of obstacles in your way day in and day out. It's how you choose to deal with those things and what you learn from those things too. You know, there's always a gem somewhere when there's a lesson being learned. So you gotta always remember that, man. Cannot at any point let anybody dictate or fuck up your perspective of life. Can't do it. Because at the end of the day, that shit gets you nowhere. You can't allow somebody to drain your energy or even try to take and put you in that negative spirit. You know, you got to live life the way you see fit. You know, and I'm gonna be honest. Like I said in the last live, I said I wasn't really trying to come at the ladies. I just was giving my perspective of what I've seen over the course of time, and I just wish some of that shit would really stop. You know, like I said, we can all be dominant and be at the top of our game if and only if we get out of that ignorance and get out of that sleep. You know, we got to stop being brainwashed to specific things that we see on social media because we know some of this shit be capped. Remember that old saying, believe in half of what you see and half of what you hear. They can tell you the truth and the lie in the same token, but it's up to you to decipher what's what. And at the end of the day, life is really what you make it. If you want your life to be miserable, then your life will continue to be miserable. You want your life to be blessed, stress free, got to do what you got to do. You do what makes you happy, but you also make sure you preserve yourself well for the future. You know, brothers, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is for the brothers that got money. Now I'm speaking to y'all. If you know for a fact you got money and you can invest it and do something wise and help shape the community, then do so. Don't do it just because you feel it's a tax write off or you feel you just want recognition for doing something. No, you know, it's about the it's about the message and the overall general message is you're always supposed to look out. You're always supposed to do. You're always supposed to make sure you if you make it big, no matter what it is you're doing, you're always supposed to look out for your community one way or another. Like I said, sometimes it don't always gotta be money, you know. Prime example, you got extra clothes and stuff like that for them kids that might need it. Donate food, electronics, whatever. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. See, at the end of the day, We all supposed to come together at some point, and we supposed to just rock out. You know, we always supposed to look out for each other. If I know you might need a couple dollars, especially if you know it's needed, if I got it, hey, you got it. And it should be the same way, vice versa. I might be down or I might need something. Hey, yo, son, you need this? Yo, here, I got you. John Shaft, salute. Yeah, late night session, just keeping it real, bro. I'm gonna be speaking from the soul. See, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not hard bringing content on YouTube, especially when you know you're observing everything in life. I always sit back and look from a standpoint. You know, you gotta you gotta always remain humble, vigilant, and hungry at the same time. You gotta be hungry every day because you want to be able to elevate, you want to grow, you want to make power moves. You want to be able to say, even when you get ready to leave this earth, your future generations should be straight. You know, your future generations and your family, and not even just, and even the friends, your friends' kids. Anybody you consider the real friends and family, you want to make sure that they good. You know, sometimes y'all got to come together and put shit in the pot, like I said, and start off from there. Start making smart investments. Start doing things that you know for a fact is not just going to boost up your community, boost up your self-esteem, but just show genuine love. Hollywood, you already, you already know. Appreciate y'all tuning in. For those who are tuning in, please like and subscribe. And shout outs to those that's in the bushes that probably might be watching. Hope you get a gem while you in here too. Classes in session. I'm gonna be honest. That's the best thing all of us could do. For those who can play with a little bit of money, try to make smart investments. You know, you make the smart investments, the right adjustments, and from there, you elevate and prosper. You can't always stay stagnant in life. You know, there's a world of opportunities, and that's why I said you're never too old to succeed or do anything in life that you choose to do. You know, hey, what's going on, Bonnie? Glad you made the live too. Like I said, you just at some point you gotta just use your common sense. But then I forgot a lot of times common sense ain't so common no more. You'll see people saying and doing the weirdest things, whether it's on social media or in the streets. At some point, that's why I say I observe everything, day in and day out. I could give you nothing but observations. You know, at the end of the day, it's real rap when it comes to me. You know, I'm always going to remain genuine. I'm always going to bring that raw content, or I'm gonna just bring whatever whenever I do go live or I do an upload. You know, but just like I said, I mostly speak from the heart. And if I ain't really got much to fucking comment on, I'm just, I'm in the shadows. But all in all, y'all, we don't know what's going on in this world. What's the next steps? So for those who can manage to get themselves some sort of time to still figure things out, you better get your shit together. Like I said, you gotta definitely start making smart investments. Start putting money in the right places. There's nothing wrong with making your money grow, even if it's little by little. You make it work. Some people gotta also learn to live within their means. I'm gonna get on that too. Realist, you already know. I don't know why the notification didn't go out, but hey, glad you made the live too. you know. But yeah, you already know when you get one of these late night lives or even the early morning session, you know I'm gonna have a bunch to say. So, but yeah, I think it's really good that some of you brothers and sisters really start getting into investments, start getting into smarter ways of making money without the hassle. So this way, in the event of any type of situation, you got something on standby. You know, because you never know what could happen, and you don't want to be left holding the bill. So, you know, try to build what you can build. And a lot of us could build our communities back to this rightful, how you say it? My fault, y'all. Bring it back to its rightful state and also its most vibrant state if start fucking doing right, start putting in our communities the way we need to. You know, if you know you got enough money to open up businesses or do certain things, just do it. You know, why block the why block people from blessings if you could bless them, especially if you know you can help them. You know, sometimes it's good to do a good deed, depending on the person though, because you can't always do good deeds for certain people, because certain people will take that and try to use it as a kindness for weakness ploy. Can't do that all the time. You know, you can only do for those who really want the help and that are really, determined to make a change. It's just like we're helping people, you know, like some of these kids. You can't help all the kids, but for those that you can help, you got to make sure that all ends you do what's right by them, you know. So, like I said, fellas, y'all got to get it together. Ladies, y'all definitely got to get it together too. You know, it's a real cold world out here. There's too much shit going on, man. It's really too much going on. We gotta definitely fight. Definitely fight for your right to just live. Can't let nobody stop you from doing whatever it is you want to do in life. Unless it's God Himself, you let no man nor woman stop you from doing the things that you feel you need to do. You know, sometimes it's definitely good to just show charitable works. So even if you are out here and you're doing whatever, sometimes it's good to show them charitable works. Show what you're doing. Like if people are donating to your channel, or even if they're just donating to you, sometimes the people want to see receipts. See, I ain't put my cash up here because I just recently got one, and I don't even really want to use it. But if I did decide to use it, it is what it is. But a lot of y'all people, y'all gotta start showing these receipts on what you're doing. You know, like I said, I'm basically in a, how can I say this? I'm in a mind state, and I'm also in a weird, just a weird position. And the only reason why I say I'm in the weirdest position is because I know there's greatness coming. There's other things that's about to come my way. But when you really don't know what it is, like one of them surprises, you don't you like you just don't know. You just don't know how to feel about it. But the main thing you can do is just always remain positive. And that's the thing about life. You always gonna have a bunch of surprises. Some good, some bad. But for the ones that's good, hey, you know, smiles on your faces. Definitely a sigh of relief. You know, that's why I said it's good to just expand your money no matter what it is you're doing, but make sure you're doing it smart. Yeah, because when you do at least one good deed, you know, one hand washes the other at some point. You know, sometimes it's good to help out certain people in the streets. You know, some people you can help, some people you're not going to be able to help. Like, I don't mind helping you if I know you definitely trying to like do something good, but I'm not gonna support you if you just got a bad drug habit. Like prime example, a couple weeks ago, I tried to do a nice deed. I seen that somebody was asking about, you know, they was asking me if I had a couple dollars because they was sitting outside the store and just the look said it like, you know, I got thrown off for a minute, so I'm like, all right, hungry, I got you. You know, what you want to eat? 'Cause I didn't have no cash on me at that time. I just, like I said, I still had something on the card, so I'm like, what you want? I went did a nice deed. Now you said you wanted to eat, but then in the same token, when I bought you what you asked for, you threw it on the floor. So that right there showed me, yeah, some of these homeless people, I'm sorry to say it, some of them you can't help because even when you try to help them any way, shape, or form, they'll deny that blessing. And I could have got mad, I could have fought, I could have did a lot of shit because I felt like that was money wasted. But then again, I just said, you know what, it comes back tenfold. So it is what it is. The only thing I could tell him was, well, you just messed up your whole breakfast and lunch if that really was your breakfast and lunch. And if you thought I was going to give you cash so you could either go get drunk or go get high in the other way, nah, nigga, not with me. Sorry. If you genuine about shit, I look out. But if you ain't genuine, I'm one step ahead of you. You know. Nah, you know what it is, realist. I'm gonna be honest with you. See, like some of these people on here, they actually do good things with the cash apps. Some of them don't even fucking use the shits. But that just goes to show you some of them don't really care. Some of them ain't telling you every 2 seconds, hit the cash app, hit the cash app. You know, like I said, it should come from the heart. If you want somebody to donate, you gotta be genuine. It shouldn't be you just always trying to, yeah, make sure you hit that cash app. So I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, it's just all bread and gravy. But then again, you know, at some point it starts feeling like you begging for them now. You know, I feel like a charitable donation comes from the heart. So if somebody decides they like what you're saying or they like what you're doing, and if you're showing good things that you're doing, then that's different. But when it's just constant, oh, hit the cash app, hit the cash app, it starts to feel forced. Maybe I just think different. My bad, y'all. Yeah, I'm telling you, like I'm keeping it real, man. And, it's just that's why I said you can only do for those who really want the help, and you can only do for those who are actually doing right. Like prime example, you see some of these kids, they'll walk around selling candies or selling whatever. Now, some of these kids, I'm not gonna lie, they've been scamming. Because you can't say you collecting or you selling candies for you try to get, something for school uniforms or for basketball uniforms, et cetera, et cetera. And then you trying to charge an arm and a leg for just a candy bar or a bag of gummies or some next shit that you can get out of the store for less than what you charge. I know sometimes you might have to make a little profit on the end, but if you really supposed to be doing it for your school or for your team or for whatever, shouldn't lie to people. That's how I feel. It's like I'm gonna be honest with you, scamming has come a long way from when I was coming up. Because the simplest scams, nobody really paid attention to. Because at the end of the day, nobody was really missing nothing. But now the scamming now done got so advanced to the point where you got to be on point with everything. You know, and it's straight facts. You know, like I donate to those people, or I'll donate to those that I know for a fact that it's going to that. But if I know it ain't going to that, I'm not giving you nothing. Like I said, with the homeless guy I was just talking about. Now he just fucked up his own blessing because now certain days he seen me, he tried to, but I don't say nothing to him. That's only because my man, I offered you something, I was nice about it. I didn't even have to be nice about it, but I seen you had that look, and then you did that. So that just goes to show me you was more focused on doing this than actually eating. Especially you look like you ain't eating days, you know. And that's one thing I was just getting ready to bring up too, yo. I'm about to be speaking from the heart for real. I got a question. I hope somebody can answer this. There's no way in the hell you could tell me that there's more homeless people on the streets now since this pandemic started than it was back in the day. Um, Come on now. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. It's crazy. You got a lot of, and I feel bad for some of them because some of them are out here with mental issues and they're a danger to themselves and others. And then you got other people who, they really went through a hard time. So it's hard to decipher sometimes who's who, you know. And I honestly feel they need to get a lot of them off the streets. Like you really have to put these people in shelters. Like I feel that everybody deserves to live in a home. Nobody deserves to live in the streets. You know, it's not to be funny. The way the world is even a danger to be homeless because you take a risk on any and everything. You know, so sometimes it is good to just bless certain ones, but you can't bless them all because you don't know which one of them are really going to take that money and do something right with it. I'm sorry, but it's crazy. I feel they spending money on dumb shit when they could be spending this money trying to help get the rest of these homeless people off the streets. Like I don't see how the mayor, and I'm sorry, but I gotta bring it here. I don't see how the mayor actually donated 5.5 mil to a hip hop museum, but you still got a whole bunch of homeless people out here that actually need help. You got a lot of crazies out here that's not homeless, that's just crazy mental, that need to be in sheltered G buildings because they are a danger to themselves and others. And you would hate to have to hurt or possibly kill one of them, but you're forcing a hand that shouldn't be forced. Like anybody with mental issues, I feel should be in the best of care and should get round the clock care, especially those with severe mental problems and mental disturbia. You know, you have some people that walk around here. You'll think they on drugs, but they ain't even on drugs. They really suffering from mental issues, and that's a sad part about everything. Like they really need to get shelter, and they really need to get the help. And I don't wish no harm on them neither, because it's a tricky situation when it comes to that. The only thing I can say is at some points you have to defend yourself too. You know, I'm not saying kill them, but if you have to defend yourself, then you have to defend yourself. You know, it's just crazy. And that's why I'm saying, like, and it's just the establishment period. And this is every city. It's not just my city. It's every city. These people are putting out money. They're putting out money for the dumbest shit, but they ain't putting it out for the most important things. And then when certain things happen, they wondering why it's happening at a rapid speed. It's because you're letting it happen. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but I feel like the values and the morals, everything just went downhill. It has completely gone downhill. I'm not gonna lie. I think if I had more than $5 million, shit, I would have tried to at least help the problem. That 5 million would have definitely went to at least a facility for those who are homeless with mental issues, those who are just not borderline but certified crazies. They got to be somewhere placed too, because they can't be on the streets, because they're a danger to themselves, they're a danger to adults, and they're a danger to kids too sometimes. And that's the scariest part. That's why I said what I said. You know, depending on what situation and what psyche they going through, you know, you don't know how the outcome might land. That's why I said I feel they really need to be housed and monitored, right medications and everything else. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've been around people with all sorts of mental issues. You know, even high functioning mentally retarded ones, I've been around them too. When they off their meds, they be doing shit that you wouldn't even expect them to do. But then once you get them back on the meds, they usually get back to their mellow state. You know, I've been around a lot of them. I had to defend myself one time against them, but it wasn't really a defense. It was a defense mechanism on my end because that one tried to attack my mom's. So when he did that, the instant animal came out of me, and I didn't harm him. I just shook his ass up some. He snapped back into reality and realized who it was. So you know, and ever since that day, every time I do see him, you know, he smiles, he's happy, he gives me a five, all of that, and I know him. I didn't want to do it to him, but you know, at that point, it was like I'm not gonna let my moms get harmed. You know, and I know some of them ones they are really strong, strong. So I wasn't gonna let that happen. I'm gonna defend the way I'm supposed to defend. I don't care if it would have been my mother, any female in my family. I'm defending them. I don't care how I got to do it. I'm gonna do it. You know. Yeah, and I don't get why they don't try to help these people out. They need the most help out of everybody. Because I know for a fact it's a weird world, and they, at least in their mind, it's a weird world. Like how we look at them weird, they probably looking at us weird. You know, that's why you got to be mindful of certain things you say and certain things you do, especially when you are dealing with those type of people. Because there'll be certain triggers that'll mess around and have them going off the deep end. You know, it's the truth. Like I feel like it definitely got to be some sort of change. And if you know the government ain't going to help, then y'all need to start helping and start doing. See, I think like if I had the money, I'd had that type of money. I wouldn't be dishing that shit to no damn museum. No, they already get enough donations as it is. That would be building, building more opportunities, more jobs, more anything. You know, they got to start from here. You know, got to start within your community. I even have a homeless outreach center in case, oh, you want to grab something to eat. You might need this, you might need that. Even if you need fucking medication, probably have doctors in there like, yo, listen, if you suffering from this or you suffering from this, see this person. You know, that's how I feel it should be, man. Yeah, and that's yo realist. That's the truth, man. But this is how they think. Selfishness is at an all-time high. Morals at an all-time low. Like I said, common sense ain't so common no more. You got people out here wilding and doing the most hideous and disgusting things that they shouldn't even be doing. But then when you say something, or when you hit them with the common sense and the logic, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You sound like a hater. Oh, why you don't mind your business? When you are in my when you are in my view and you're doing certain shit, especially if it's stupid, and if you saying certain shit and it's stupid, I'm gonna fucking call you on it. I don't care how you feel. And I'm gonna tell you about yourself. Straight up, man. Ain't no fucking beta male over here. Don't never let nobody get that shit twisted. Ain't nothing about me beta mailish. If I gotta call it, I'm gonna call it. And I'm always gonna call it down the middle. And at the end of the day, too, I don't choose sides. I just call shit down the middle and I call it like I see it. Period. Yeah, and that's the truth, Hollywood. That's a damn truth. You know, and if we want to get there, we want to get to where some of these people are as far as wealth. First of all, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your wealth is in your health. You got to make sure you preserve yourself. Like I said, preserve yourself overall, all in all. You got to. You can't be building for riches and then you can't celebrate when you end up either passing away, God forbid, or you too fucking weak or too feeble to do anything. So while you doing what you got to do, man, keep yourself healthy at all times. Got to keep yourself preserved. You know, like I said, you got some people who are gonna be here for a long time. Some people might be here for a short time. But it doesn't matter what the outcome is. Live your life the way you see fit. And also try to make sure you can help the people that you know for a fact might need it. Even if it ain't much, you know, something is better than nothing. Yo, realist, yo. Yeah, man, but I'm being honest, man. Like, it's crazy, you know. And I don't know, man. It could be so much more. It could be so much more being done, but hey, when nobody's fighting, nobody's standing up for what's right, you're gonna always get that. Yeah, I'm still learning this shit too, so give me a second, y'all. But yeah, man, it's the truth. You know, we gotta definitely start building better. You know, I think a lot of these kids and even some of these adults would snap out of certain things that they're doing if they got the right opportunities in front of them. I always felt like this. If you gonna be robbing and stealing and doing whatever it is you doing out in them streets, you should supposed to be doing that towards those who are harming you in any way, shape, or form, or fucking up your community, not towards your own brother and sister. You know, I always felt like that. I would rather fight somebody else than fight my own brother and sister. Why? Because I just can't. Like I can have a discourse with you. We can even disagree sometimes, but I'm not gonna fight you. I shouldn't have to fight you. And I done been through enough of that. I done been through enough of that as a youngin. Like I'm at my point where I'm like, if it ain't worth it, it ain't worth fighting. You know? And I'm gonna keep it a buck with all of y'all, man. Like y'all gotta start really paying attention to the things in your community and watch how things are changing. Even the smallest changes sometimes cause a big change. So, you know, you gotta always remind yourself that, you know, if you don't start, you know, voicing your opinions, y'all don't start going to these meetings, y'all don't start really pushing for changes that should be, you know, helping your community and not killing your community, you ain't gonna never get nowhere. It's gonna be the same things happening day in and day out if you ain't fighting voicing your opinion. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes that voting shit don't always count neither. I don't care what anybody say, they don't always count. At least in my opinion, it don't. Because I done seen some people really fight and try to voice their opinion loud and still get denied. But you got some people that are not gonna quit. And I always felt there's no need to quit, especially when you know you got things in motion and you know you want to make it happen. Shouldn't nothing make you quit. You know, I believe in that old saying, never say I can't, you know, and never think that things are impossible in life because you could reach the most possible things if you just go hard, you know. Thank you, Bonnie. You know, like I said, for y'all that's still tuned in or tuning in, y'all already know what it is. Speaking from the souls, the late night session. You already know. Anytime I come on these lives, like I said, I'm just gonna speak from the heart and speak from my observations. You know, another thing I really want to bring back up too. I'm going back to something I was about to say earlier. Um, and this is a public service announcement to the youngins that are kind of like with the drill shit. Don't get me wrong. I don't have nothing against any type of hip hop, R&B, none of that, because I listen to a variety of different genres of music, and I don't mind that hip hop is somewhat changed to a degree. But what I do have a problem with is all of y'all youngins are really trying to take that Chicago route, like I said, smoking on dead ops and talking about dead people and saying and doing all sorts of weird shit. Even some of y'all coming to that point of, desecrating graveyards and shit. You know what kind of bad karma and juju that brings to you when you do that? I think you should really stop doing and following certain trends. If you're gonna be in music and you're gonna be doing whatever it is, you know, just make sure it's not disrespectful towards the dead. I know people who are in the drill music that they ain't talking about smoking on no dead ops or running down on doing this. Nah, they vibes is different, and I could get with that. You know, nah, realist, because like I told you earlier, man. It's nothing to bring some raw content up here, man. I don't know how some of these people come on here and don't know how to get it right. You know, you can't be that ignorant or slow in life that you don't know how to just talk to the people. You know, if you speaking from the heart and you speaking genuinely, like there's nothing that you can't fucking do. And then some people have the gift of gab that they could have they got a following and they could fucking actually make some impact happen, but choose to come on here and do stupid troll shit. And that's not gonna help in life neither. I don't don't get me wrong. I see some trolls in here that don't wild out. I've seen trolls in certain chats that don't wild out at all. And if they are trolling, it's a fun troll. So you having fun with it. They don't never take it that far. But you got some that'll take it so far that you are really treading boundaries that shouldn't be treaded. Like, I'm dead serious. That's a fucking I swear some of this internet clout and shit is a fucking curse and a cancer for some of them. Because some of y'all just can't stop with the impulses of doing certain shit. Now I'm not gonna lie, I could take accountability to a degree. I somewhat became an internet junkie as of recently. But then again, I can't really call myself a junkie. I'm just learning certain things as I go along too, because I don't just observe what's going on outside. I observe what's going on inside as well. You're always supposed to keep all your eyes open. First, second, and third eye open. And you might end up missing something. You know, you might end up missing something. You might end up missing a gem or some life lesson that, hey, that'll keep you here longer. You know, that's why you always got to keep in tune. But you're always supposed to make sure you decipher what's truth and what's not. You have a bunch of people that come on here and can sit here and throw up a bunch of lies, a bunch of narratives, and try to run with that shit just because they think it's content. That shit is not content. That's just causing division, distractions, and that's really not getting you nowhere. Because at the end of the day, what is that doing for your community? What is that doing for you to benefit you or to help you grow? It's not doing nothing. You know? Yeah, and the shit corny. Like I'm not gonna be funny. You know, I don't know. I think one of these days I'm gonna do a little. I'm still getting this, but I think I'll drop the link earlier. So one of these days I'm gonna drop a link. I'm gonna have a little open panel and shit. You know, like I said, I like the people to chime in. You know, like when I come, I chime in. You know, if we talking about whatever, I'm gonna chime in on it. Don't matter if this discussion is art. Hey, something different. It always got to be negative and stupid drama. I ain't for all of that. I'm a whole grown ass man at the end of the day. You know, there's some things I'm just not going to fucking allow and I'm not going to tolerate. And I stand on my shit when I say it. So, yeah, I just, I always got to speak from the heart, though. Always got to speak from the heart. Yeah, but back to the youngins, y'all really have to just go back to the drawing board. If you're going to get into the music, stop talking about dead people. Stop disrespecting dead people. Period. Because I'm not going to lie, you set yourself up for all sets of karma, and you also set yourself up for failure. Because now, if somebody in your family died and they start making fun of them, now you're going to feel a type of way. Now you're going to want to take it to the streets. But if you don't want it to go there, you shouldn't be taking it there. I've always felt once somebody is gone and they deceased, you're supposed to let them rest. Not supposed to be talking ill on their name. Not supposed to be saying all sorts of wild shit. You're not supposed to be doing demonic shit. That shit is demonic to me. I'm sorry. I never had to sit here and if I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing, I'm not gonna make fun of nobody that I know for a fact is dead because that's not funny. It's not funny at all. And I know because I've lost some people recently. So I know death is not nothing funny about it. You know, that's why you're supposed to live your best life possible. You know, because that old saying, you never know when it's going to be your last day. So you're supposed to live it up as much as possible. You know, yeah, no doubt, realist. You already know. I definitely drop the link. Definitely drop the link one of these days. I don't know, cause like I said, when I do come up here and do these, you know, I'm gonna definitely let the people chime in because it's always good to get everybody else's aspects and their opinions. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm open minded to certain things. There's other things my moral compass tells me ain't right, never been right, never will be right. And despite how you might feel about it, I'm just going by my moral compass. Sorry, you know. But I'm always going to keep it 100. I respect everybody's decisions. I respect everybody's opinions. But there's certain things I just don't respect because I already know for a fact it ain't natural and it's not called for. Like I can't condone that. Sorry, I'm old fashioned. You know, again, shout outs to those who stepped in the building. Shout outs to those in the bushes watching. Hopefully you catching some gems tonight. You know. It's real out here in these fucking streets, and it's real in the world, man. You gotta definitely get on point and get in tune with your families and start doing the right things, man. And you also got to start standing up for certain shit. Always got to remember that. Start standing up for your rights. You know, preserve your life, preserve your family's life. Do the right things. You know, nah, bro, because you got to be honest, son. Everybody should have a moral compass, nigga. If you living in real life, nigga, you should have a moral compass, bro. But you know where I'm coming from with that. You know I granted sometimes it be entertainment up here, but then you always got to still have a moral compass at some point. Yeah, we laugh, we joke, we ha ha, we do certain shit, but then there's certain boundaries that I feel we should never tread. Like I said, I would never talk about your dead. I wouldn't talk about your dead family, none of that shit, because I know what it feels like to lose family, especially back to back to back. I don't play games like that, and I never did, and I never will. So I don't play those type of games. I don't play that suck my dick shit neither because I always felt that was gay and that was a reason for you to get beat the fuck up. And I'm gonna address one sucker because, like I said, if I ever seen you in real life and you said that, you probably would not be here. So, like I said, you should tread lightly and watch your mouth when you saying those things. Not everybody's gonna take that shit lightly, you know. And that's the truth, Bonnie. Everybody has a purpose why they're here. Some people might not know what their purpose is, you know, and some people's purposes are probably to just beat a little bit of evilness to combat. Because some of these people are not really, they're not battle tested, they're not battle ready. And I say that because some of these people come on here with this facade like they really been through something or like they really did something. When in the meanwhile, they ain't doing shit. Same person I am in real life, same person I am on here. I'm a cool, loving brother until you fuck with me. And then after that, it's all bets is off. All bets is off. And I'm not even going to give you too much of my energy. If I feel I got to address you, I'm going to address you one good time and that's it. And I'm going to leave it from there because I got other things to worry about. I'm trying to move on to bigger and better things. And I don't got time to be sitting here with the ignorance and the foolishness when I could have been saving my energy doing something else. That's just me. It's rare you get arguments out of me. And if you get one, you better hope to God it don't go further than it needs to. And you know what it is, Bonnie. Like, and shout outs to everybody that really get where I'm coming from. Cause nah, I'm not trying to be, super thug, but it's just certain shit I'm not tolerating. Period. As a man, fuck trying to be a thug, fuck trying to be a street cat or any of that. Once I got to a certain age, I already knew it was certain things I just wasn't tolerating, and I wasn't gonna be putting out there. Like I said, a lot of times you gotta be airy the energy you put out there because that shit come back. But I ain't never had to worry about too much because I always remain humble. I know how to handle my own. I'm not backing down from nothing, and I don't need to back down from nothing. I'm not involved in certain shit because I don't need to be involved in certain shit. But don't think I won't fucking fight for mine. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a strange world we live in. And for every day that we are blessed to be above ground and not locked up, that's a blessing. So I can say that much. It's a blessing. But it's sad that it ain't really much being done for these people that really need the help, you know? And I honestly feel that, we really got to do it, y'all. We got to be the voices of reason sometimes when nobody else want to help. Like, I'm not going to lie. I don't know. There's a lot of different things you can do. It doesn't matter if it's donating clothes, money, perishables, you helping kids out or helping people out who might need help with anything, you know. Gotta start doing it, man. At some point we gotta stop being so hateful and so jealous, so envious. We really gotta start being more compassionate about certain things, you know. Like I said, you know, one person you might help out at some point might help you out. Nah, because it's the truth. It's the truth, realist. Like, it is a blessing. I told somebody this one day. I said, you out here crying, bitching, and moping when you still got both of your parents living, breathing, and all of that. I said, what about me? You think I can talk to my parents right now? Nope. Now, I just lost a grandmother recently. You think I could talk to her right now? No. I got one grandmother left, and I love her to death. So I do as much as possible for that one. I don't care if I gotta travel from West Bubblefuck. If she need it, I got her. You know, and that's how I do it. You know, always put family first, and I put values first before anything. So, like at the end of the day, some of y'all really have to start cherishing certain things too. That's another thing. Some of y'all got to start cherishing the fact that if you got both of your parents still here, cherish every minute of that. I don't care if y'all on good terms or bad terms, or if you're on weird terms. Because we know sometimes, it's always a little something here and there, but you know, just be happy for that. You know, like I told somebody, you're gonna get nothing but raw shit from me because it's just life. You know, but I know not to put a lot of things up here because you got people that try to be funny. And even if they try to be funny, guess what? I'm in a mind state where you can't really phase me. You know, I don't follow certain shit. I don't follow certain protocols. Don't need to. I follow my own rules and regulations to a degree. I know who to put around me. I know who not to put around me. I've been knowing that since I was a kid. Like I said, I was a youngin' with an old nigga spirit. So when I said I've been there and done that and been around the block, I've been there and done that and been around the block. Trust me. Nah, that's a whole fact. It's a whole fact, realist. Nah, but that's why I said some of y'all just come on here with the wild shit. Y'all need to chill, you know? Sometimes we gonna have problems in our life that we feel are gonna bring us down. But shouldn't always do that, you know. Yeah, condolences, Bonnie. You were saying that last night in your live. Like I said, it never gets easier, but we still gotta just hold our heads and move forward, because that's what they would have wanted us to do. You know, that's why I said I count my blessings every day because, like I said, every day above ground and not locked up, you know, that shows something. Even when you in the baddest of moods, you always gotta be thankful that you still breathing. You know, death is not easy. Dealing with death ain't easy neither. But some of you people put yourselves in these positions to where it's like you want to rush the process. Shouldn't do it. You should be happy that you're breathing. You should be happy that you still have an abundance of life and you could do certain things when you can. And that's just the God, the honest truth. At some point, you know, you just gotta love life, live life, love life, and just do what you can. If you got ideas on ways that you know you can make your life better, by all means, do it. You know, and I'm a firm believer in not blocking blessings. So even if it's hard right now for you and somebody can offer you a position or offer you some sort of handout of help and it could possibly help you, let them help you. Don't block the blessings, y'all. You got people right now that crying about, oh, it's hard to get a job. And you got people that sit there and in your face, yo, they doing this. Yo, they hiring here, they doing this. And before it's, oh, but nah, stop blocking your blessings. Sometimes people be trying to even get you in the same companies they in. Like, yo, it's a position open up. Yo, if you want to, you got to put your mind to it. You can't always just expect the free handout and think that it's always going to come free. No, you got to grind hard. You got to work. You got to make money. You got to make moves. You got to do shit that you know you got to do. You know, exactly. And that's yo realist. That's the real right there. Nobody knows what the next person is going through, man. Like nobody knows. For all you know, same I could be going through something, it could be somebody going through something just as bad or even worse. So a lot of times you gotta eliminate certain factors. Like if I know I ain't in no type of mood to be around nobody, I'ma let it be known to my main ones. Yo, not today. Not gonna force myself to be around people if I know I'm not in the jolliest of moods or if I know for a fact I'm distracted. Can't do that because that's not what I want to do. You know. But yeah, y'all. Glad y'all was tuned in. Shoot. See, and I just proved another point to some of these people. I'm gonna throw another gem in there. I might not have that many. I might not have that many subscribers. I'm slowly growing, but slow progress is better than no progress or any progress at all. But just know, doesn't matter if this channel gets big or if it stays the way it is. Like I said, just gonna be coming in, chiming in with the people, speaking from the heart, speaking from the soul. Ain't got no choice. You know, at some point, the message will get around. You know, yeah, I hear you, Bonnie. My condolences to you and the family. Like I said, I know that's not an easy thing to deal with. But we definitely got to remind ourselves that they're still watching us. They're still here with us. You know, I always believe that when somebody does pass away, especially when it's somebody that close to you, it's like a guardian angel watching over you now. So, best believe she's still here. She feels everything. You know, I get deep in that. You know, and I'm not gonna lie. It's a weird spot. That's probably the only reason why I say I'm in a weird spot, because that shit hurts, especially when you nearing anniversaries of their passings. That be the worst of the worst. So a lot of times you just gotta try to hold yourself as strong as possible, you know, and never let nobody trigger you. I think I've come this far in life because I was the real short trigger temper. Like I would shoot first, ask questions later. It wasn't no I was trying to hear anything you were saying, but I came that far, you know, because you always got to remember at some point you got to elevate, and that's on all levels, even mentally. You got to elevate. Can't be an angry nigga forever, and you can't be a violent nigga forever. So, gotta always remember at some points, you just gotta do what's best for you and the people around you. You know, you want to see other people succeed. You try to help them the best way possible. I think that's probably the reason why I'm still here too, to a degree. Like I don't know what the purpose is for real, because there could be a multitude of purposes that I'm here for. But I know my main purpose for here, you know, keep the people in tune, you know, keep the people around me happy, you know. Yeah, I already know, Bonnie. That part I know, and that's not being arrogant or none of that. That's just I always felt that. Like I said, you're never too old in life to succeed in whatever it is you're trying to do. And I still feel like I'm going to have bigger and better things coming. You know, like I said, what's around that corner, we not knowing. But I just know I'll be ready for it, and I'll be ready to accept it. You know, especially if it's a blessing, I'm ready to accept that. And I'm glad that y'all tuned in tonight because, like I said, you know, I rocks out with y'all. You know, and it's good to talk to the people sometimes, man. But I just proved the point that I just could come on here and could speak about real shit that people ain't speaking about. And for those who are speaking about it, I salute and commend y'all because you giving out knowledge and you also telling it like it is. You know, I always felt like this. If you're gonna be talking to the people, whether you speaking knowledge, whether you just having good old dialect, whatever it is you decide to do, as long as it's not them stupid antics that everybody else is trying, you should be good. You got to elevate. And I know what the problem is. Some of these people just don't know how to articulate themselves good enough. They don't know how to capture the people because they don't really have nothing to talk about. They ain't been through shit. They ain't been outside. And if they have been outside, they've been in, how you can say it, they've been in protective custody. That's what I'm calling it. Because day in and day out, I could go anywhere and I don't have to worry about nothing because I'm chilling. I don't fear the next person that bleed like me, but I always know too, I'm a humble nigga and I'm not coming for a lot of the dumb shit. Basically, you gonna start the problem, but I'm gonna end it because there's other things to be done. And arguing back and forth about a bunch of nothing ain't in my fucking book. Won't even entertain it. I appreciate that, Bonnie. I do. I appreciate that. But like I said, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing new from fucking Facebook. Like I was doing the same shit on Facebook to a degree. I'm always going to come up here and I'm gonna speak my truth, and I'm always going to hold it down regardless. You know, That's what the people need. If you are going to be up here talking, have a purpose on talking. Don't just be talking out your ass, and don't just be on here with the fucking negative shenanigans, because despite what you might think, that shit gets you nowhere. It really don't. The time you wasting arguing, trolling, and doing all this dumb shit, you could be trying to fucking get yourself better, get your community better, get your family better, get your mind right. You know, at the end of the day, I'm always gonna keep that shit real. I'm always gonna be passionate about certain things I feel. Nah, you already know Hollywood. Like I said, y'all, when I do come up here, it's just real rap. So you gonna hear this shit because you can hear it in the soul. Like, there's no fakes in here. There's no fake nothing about me. Nothing about me fake. Nothing. I do what I gotta do as an adult. I take care of the things I'm supposed to take care of. I work. That's good enough for me. I work. I make money. I do shit. I contribute. I do what the fuck I need to do. I try to preserve myself the best way possible. I don't try to I don't try to sit here and make accusations or make false claims or do all this extra shenanigans that everybody else is doing. Like I said, I don't have time for that. And I'm not going to entertain it. I think I'm at a point in my life where if it ain't making no dollars, it don't make sense. So you got to come correct. That's why I said I'm not going to entertain a troll, because if you ain't really getting to a bag, what the fuck can you say to me? If you can't even rub two nickels together to get two peppermints, if you can't even fucking get in the liquor store and get you a decent bottle, fuck can you talk to me about? A bunch of nothing. No doubt, Hollywood. I know you probably about to chime out. Appreciate you stepping in. Appreciate you joining the live too. You know, definitely appreciate it. But this is what we're gonna be doing when I go live. We're gonna be having some deep convos. You know, I can't sit here and talk about all that bullshit gossip, and can't be doing all of that. Not trying to talk about who's doing what and who fucking who. I don't care about that shit. That does nothing for me. That does not help me in any way, shape, or form. You know, you know, just like I was telling somebody, you gotta definitely keep the people in tune. That's what you're always supposed to do. You keep the people in tune. And you also let them know that no matter what it is that's going on in the world, no matter what it is that you're going through, it could always be worse. So you got to count your blessings and thank you, Father, for the days. Thank your heavenly Father. And for those who don't believe, don't don't sit here and think that he ain't watching that shit. He sees everything that goes on. Like I said, you give your most respect to the Most High, because you could be here today and gone tomorrow. MOP voice, the truth. You know, but you already know. Just had to come up here and chop it up with the people for a while. Still at work, but No, I just wanted to chop it up with the fellas, chop it up with the ladies. Like I said, speaking from the soul, it's that late night session. You know, shout outs to those who was in the chat. Shout outs to those still in the bushes. I don't know. I mean, honest opinion, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. My honest opinion, the best way to really just grow your money, even if it's a little bit of money. I always said it, stocks and bonds. If not, you invest in like chain restaurants or something like that. Or if you know you got money to where you could possibly open up your own shit, open it. You know, start it off as a small one and then you expand, you know. Yeah, but my bad, y'all. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, when I come on here, I'm gonna speak my speak, talk my talk. But you know, I'm glad that y'all all got something out of this live today. Don't let nothing I said go over your head. You know, it is a cold world out here. We definitely got to start preparing more better than what we doing. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, for those who ain't subscribed, subscribe to everybody who's in the chat. Subscribe to their channel. Subscribe to Hollywood. Subscribe to Bonnie, Realist. You know, definitely support those. I'm not gonna lie, Bonnie. Your video definitely was relaxing. Yeah, my bad. But definitely, you know, I don't have no problems coming up here and doing these lives. You know, especially if I know we gonna get people's opinions. Like I said, I give or take. If I don't do a live tomorrow, I'll probably do one early Saturday morning, and I'll probably leave it as an open panel. And if I don't do it early in the morning, I'll try to do it during the afternoon. Again, it'll still be an open panel for those who want to chime in and say whatever. But just know this: I'm not acknowledging any trolls at all. And you definitely not coming up here with the disrespect. And if I feel I gotta check you, oh, I'm gonna check you. Just want you to know that. But for those who really fuck with me, y'all already know when I'll drop that link, y'all already know y'all can come up and you definitely vibe out. Oh, damn, I think I got something else I was supposed to cover. I thought I covered most of what I was supposed to cover. Um, oh yeah, I wasn't done yet. I knew it was something else I was supposed to be here for. Public service announcement to the ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, not ladies and gentlemen. Public service announcement. Let me say this again to all the parents out there. I see that a lot of y'all parents nowadays, y'all comfortable with having y'all kids out past a certain time. I've always felt that was dangerous and still feel to this day that's dangerous. I can see if you was coming from a trip or just coming from like a festive event and you're going home, okay, that's all good. But if you out late and you still hanging out, chilling, kids is out, that's not a good look. That's actually dangerous because with the situations going on in the world right now, you can end up losing your life, your kid's life, or you can end up really going through a scarred phase in life. And why put yourself through that? I've always felt when the kids are little, they supposed to be in bed at a certain time. I'm from that era. I couldn't stay up past a certain time unless it was a weekend. And even when it was the weekend, the highest I had was maybe 10 o'clock. And if I didn't catch what I was supposed to catch, oh well, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm just speaking from a standpoint. I don't have kids, but even if I had kids, I don't think I could be outside hanging out all hours of the night, knowing I got my kids with me. Nah, I gotta make sure my kids is home safe because the way the streets is playing, there's too much shit going on. It's too much shooting, too much stabbing, too much violence going on. And why should you put your kids through that? Why should you put your family through that when you could just easily go home? I feel once you done been out most of the day, you done had your little adventure with the family, it's time to bring it back to the nest. It's just as simple as that. You know, I really can't see myself doing that. You know, like I said, I'm old fashioned. You know, got to start doing better, parents. Sorry, some of y'all have to start doing better. You know, in order to avoid tragedy, sometimes you have to really set yourself at a standpoint to say, you know what, I think I'm done here for the day. You know, let's go home. A lot of times you have to follow your gut instincts. You know, and just like I said, when you got the kids out late, they observe that shit. And at some point, they'll start rebelling. They'll want to stay out late. But there's nothing good out in the streets late at night. If you ain't working, hustling, or if you ain't doing something that's constructive, there's nothing out in the evening time but chaos and drama. And who wants to have all of that, man? You're always supposed to make sure your family is intact. I just watched the video recently too, and I'm gonna bring this up, even though it's kind of funny though. But that's the purest part from the heart that a parent could ever do. That was the purest act of love a parent could ever do. A grown ass son, drunk as hell. Brother didn't want him to drive. Both of them drunk. He didn't want his brother to drive. You know what he did? Called his mother. His mother came, picked both of them up. And right there, that saved two lives. Because that lady probably would have been in heartache if they would have drove drunk. So that's why sometimes you really gotta monitor. Even when they get of a certain age, you still gotta monitor your kids because they your offspring, and you don't want to see nothing happen to them. You know, you want to see your kids live the fullest life they could possibly live. You have some parents who lost both kids before them. You know, yeah, you gotta definitely make sure you're in tune with your kids, even when they get older, because they always gonna need some sort of advice. They always gonna need some sort of help. You know, just gotta do better, definitely. But yeah, y'all, I think I'm about to cut this short. My phone dying and shit. You know, I appreciate those who tuned in tonight. I still might go live later on. Um, I'm gonna definitely see how I feel in the next few hours. I probably might do another live, but try to give people the time to wake up and tune in. We definitely gonna talk. You know, this was the late night session, speaking from the soul with Nate the Great. You already know. Please like, share, and subscribe. You know, definitely get the notifications out. You know, these messages I think the world needs to hear, you know. And like I said, as long as there's visual aspects in life, you're always gonna have something to talk about. As long as you live in life to your fullest, and as long as you're observing what's going on day by day, you're always gonna have something to talk about. And I'm always gonna have something to talk about. So, you know, I hope everybody enjoy their night. Hope everybody have a blessed one. And I'll see y'all on the next live. You know, definitely fun chopping it up with y'all. And we out. I'll holla at you.